Hey guys, welcome to another video and thanks for clicking on this one. This particular video, I really didn't plan to make this one today, but I believe that we all need to hear something positive in this day. I mean, it's looking really red already, considering we've had a long break of, the stock market being closed on Friday, and now we're starting the week in the red. And this is likely not going to turn around anytime soon. We've seen this negative sentiment in the market, and it's really extending into this week as well. So what are we going to talk about here? Let's talk about what is really causing all this. And I think if you've been following the news, this is not going to be a surprise to you. So what I want you to think about what we can take away. What are the things we can take away, and what are the things we can do? I mean, these are the things that I am doing myself, and I'm just going to share my thoughts on this right now at the recording of this video. This Dow is down 800 points, and actually it's 900 points, as you can see. That is 2.32%. The S&P is down 123.94, and that is about 2.32% as well. And of course, NASDAQ is down 400 points plus, of course, and then you have the Russell down about 33.97, about 1.8. You can see the VIX is up to 4.1. Now that is about 14%. That is pretty high. That is steep, and this is not what we want in this type of environment. I mean, especially on a Monday after a long break, we were pretty optimistic into this week, but this is not looking good. Now, what are the things that are really causing this issue right now? Now, the first thing is we have this escalating tensions, all right, between China and the US, and we know that things are not really looking good as well, because China keeps imposing its own tariffs in retaliations to what the US is doing. Okay, and of course, one of the things that they've also done, they started rejecting Boeing planes, and actually one of the planes had to turn around and come back to the United States after they've actually sent it over to China. So things are not looking good for Boeing, of course. And then the other thing is we have the fact that no one is coming to the table to talk. I guess maybe President Trump is still waiting for President Xi to call, right? And maybe he's also waiting for President Trump to call. And whoever makes the moves first seems to be the person bowing down to pressure. And of course, none of them or both of them wants to prove that they are strong and they can take whatever comes their way. And we have to be honest, these two countries, both United States and China, do have a very strong, reasons as to why the other should come to the table first. But without getting into the politics of this, what should we be doing as an investor? Now, one of the things I always tell myself is what is happening right now is that we are seeing a huge sell-off in the market. Okay, now when is it going to turn around? When are we going to get to the bottom of this? When are we going to see a new direction? Because as we've seen in the past few weeks now, we made a very deep low at some point, but we've started to pick up pace and slowly we started recovering. But of course, it's going in the other direction now. So what am I going to do? What should I be doing? And I'm going to share with you what I'm doing. One of the things that I'm doing is I'm being consistent with my investing, because at the end of the day, if you take away the fear and you take away the current situation, the news, the headlines, the fact that it's dropped 900 points today or dropped 2-point-something% today, if you take away all those thoughts and the sentiment and the fear, you get to look at it from an objective standpoint, which is, hey, your favorite stocks are getting lower. All right. We have so many stocks right now that are approaching their 52-week low points. All right. And that means in the 1 year period, they are making new lows. And these are great companies that when you look at it objectively and you look at it from the financial standpoint, these companies are definitely maybe exposed to the tariffs, but they are giving us an opportunity to get into the market, into buying this type of stocks. And I'm going to share with you, for example, if you look at companies like Apple, all right, now, in as much as we know that Apple is trying to find its way out of China, they're trying to invest in the US more and maybe make their phones in the US, and They're investing in India. How long is that going to take? We don't know. And would they be able to build enough manufacturing plants in these two places quickly to not lose out on what the customers want? We don't know yet, right? But right now, Apple is down 2.95%, and I can actually show that as well. Let me pull it up. I wonder why this is doing. Yeah, that's it. All right. Yep. Down 2.95%. It's down to $191. And if I actually go back here, I can try to pull this up a little bit more. Let's go 1 year out. All right. 1 year out right now, Apple is approaching its lows. At the time, say last year, around this time last year, Apple was around $169. And right now we are $191. So we are slowly getting there. Another one that has really taken a hit lately is, of course, Nvidia. All right, those are the favorite stocks that we own. And as you can see, Nvidia is currently $96. And if I pull this up here, let's go 1 year out as well and bring this up. As you can see again, Nvidia too, as about a year ago, Nvidia was around, let's see, closed at 87.73. And now we're at 96. So we are not far off from those numbers. Another big company, okay, that has taken a drastic, beating lately is Google, right? We know that Google is one of those, big companies out there. And we know one of the issues they are having right now is they're being investigated a lot, especially with the advertising department or advertising sector. It seems like it's like a monopoly, right? And they're likely to get broken up. We don't know yet, okay? But right now, all right, looking at 1 year out, definitely Google is way below where it was a year ago. So a year ago, Google was around closed at $158. Today, as the recording of this video, it is currently $147. So these companies, all right, and we can go on to Amazon as another one, all right. If you think about the Magnificent Seven at this point, we have AMZN, right? It's down to $167 as well. There's a lot to say. There's a lot to say about these companies, but without getting into the politics and without getting our feelings into this, the question I'm trying to ask is, what are you doing, or what should you be doing? And if you can go back to the basics of investing, one of the things that we always try to do is let's buy low so that we can hold and sell high, okay? And sometimes maybe not sell for a long time, depending on the type of stocks that you invest in. If you choose to hold them for a very long time, maybe for appreciation, for dividends, or just the fact that that these are good companies that are likely to exist for a long time, then maybe this is your buying opportunity. On the other hand, you could consider things like the ETFs. If you are worried about the performance of individual companies, then maybe you should consider ETFs, right? ETFs are diversified already for most of them, depending on the ones you invest in. SPY, right? You have VUG, you have VGT, you have VYM. All these types of ETFs, Vanguard from Vanguard are now mostly down as well. And your goal should be to invest in this type of ETFs for diversification if you are worried about investing in individual companies, because maybe you're worried it might keep going down. And what I am doing is I'm choosing to invest in this type of companies because I want to hold them for a long time. And my goal is to continue to dollar cost average. Yes, should I have waited up until now because the stock market has been falling? Maybe, right? But you just never know when it's going to turn around, because all it's going to take right now is a tweet and a deal, right? A deal is on the table, a phone call, and a tweet comes out on the internet, and boom, everything goes up again. And now it's like, oh man, I should have gotten in when it was down. When in reality, there isn't something, you can't really plan for these things. You just have to believe and know that if you continue to invest on a regular basis, eventually it will turn around. eventually it will turn around. That's something that you need to just hold on to. I know that it can be hard, and sometimes you feel like maybe this is the end of it. Maybe it's all gonna come crashing down. Maybe you're never gonna recover from this. But you have to trust the process. You have to trust the process. Now, another thing that I want you to keep in mind is this: if you are someone who needs maybe help with investing, you can always reach out to me. By the way, you can find my Instagram. Reach out to me and ask questions. Let me know what you need help with. I can definitely point you in the right directions. There's so many things that I try to expose myself to, which is education and information, because those two things, when used properly, gives you power, right? And like I say, knowledge is power. So remember, we are not in a situation where we need to exercise fear. This is a time to exercise courage. This is a time to exercise the knowledge of what has happened in the past, okay, which is the stock market continues to show its resistance to any form of crash, because it always comes back up. It always recovers. And this is not going to be any different. There's going to be a way for these companies to strike a deal, or these countries to strike a deal. And as long as we keep that in mind, it would eventually happen. And I thought I wanted to share this with you and let you know that we don't have to think that this is the end. We have to have an optimistic outlook and do what is right, so that when we look back, we can say we did what was right, we took advantage of the downturn, and we came out ahead. I would love to see you in my next video. Take care.